I'm with Amanda Gomez, and we're going to now make her feel a little uncomfortable. Who is your favorite rider and why?
McLean Ward's my favorite rider just because everything he does, no matter how big he jumps, everything's so smooth and effortless, no matter what the height, who he's riding. It's always just so amazing to watch.
It's wonderful. Who is your trainer and what is your favorite thing about them?
My mom is my trainer, and my favorite thing about her is that she's always supportive no matter what happens, and no matter what, she's always there for me.
That's true, I know her. And if you could ride any horse in the world, who would you ride?
Probably H.H. Azur, and I feel like that's a very typical answer, but it truly is who I would pick.
That's a pretty special horse. And I'm going to pick one more question for you. How did you start riding and why?
Actually, my dad was a jockey, so I was born into the horse industry, and ever since I watched him sit on a horse, I kind of knew that was what I wanted to do. I ended up in a different industry than him, obviously, but it's what I truly love, and my mom kind of had her toes in the water in the show jumping industry anyways, so I was just born into it, and my dad didn't want me to ride race horses for a very obvious reason, and so this is kind of where I ended up, and I really, really love it, and I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
Yeah, her dad is not just a racehorse jockey. He was a Hall of Famer and a legend. So it has passed on to you, and we wish you the best of luck, and we will be rooting you on, young lady.
Thank you, Ollie.
So 15 entries in the Ronnie Mutch Equitation Championship. We are at round number 1. Height of the fence is up to 3 feet 6 inches. We got a trot fence just at that first fence as well. Oxford verticals and combinations. We do have a counter canter as well. Roger's going to come down to fence number 9, and that is the Durango Farms signature fence. They're going to halt after fence number 9, pick up the canter again on fence number 10, our AIG. That's where the counter canter starts after fence number 10 onto the Voltaire design combination, fence number 11A and 11B. Once again, 2 panels of judges, Sharon Stewart-Wells and Mandy Porter, and that's $1 Million Mandy Porter. Panel number 2, Scott Williamson and Susan Artez and Larry Alcorn in the schooling arena. He is our schooling judge, assigning points based off of how these riders warm up their own mounts. They do not have trainers there, so they have to warm up their own mounts all by themselves, obviously with one person on the ground and then a ground person. They get points of -2 all the way through +2. Well, here's the first of the 15, round number 1. Now the rider, Avery Glenn, number 370. That's number 370, our first entry, Avery Glenn. Well, the scores, nice scores for our first rider, Avery Glenn. 82 from panel number 1, 84 from panel number 2. Well, the schooling judge +1 as well for 167.
I am with
Elizabeth Dupree.
Wonderful. She needed the answer to that one.
I knew that.
If you had to pick hunters, equitation, or jumpers, what would you rather do?
Probably now I would pick the equitation because it's my last junior year and kind of my last time to do it. So I just think it's really fun and it's a little bit of both. So like you have hunter medals and jumper medals. So just do a little bit of everything.
That's wonderful. Who's your favorite rider in the world and why?
I have to say BZ Madden. I just think she's a great horsewoman and a great rider, and she just takes such good care of her horses and just a great role model.
Wonderful. And how old were you when you started riding, and why did you start riding?
I was 7, and I pretty much started riding just because my sister started taking lessons, and my mom has always been into horses, so it's just kind of a family thing.
Who is your trainer, and what's your favorite part about them?
My trainer is Alix Garcia, and she's just a great horsewoman in general, and she makes it fun, and I just love riding with her. So.
Wonderful. Well, we wish you the best of luck tonight, and we'll be cheering you on.
Thank you.
Our second of the 15 just about to walk into the ring. The rider from Rancho Santa Fe, Amber Ayad, number 530. Once again, Avery Glenn had those great scores. Panel number 1, 82. Panel number 2, 84 +1 from the schooling judge for 167. This is the Ronnie Mutch Equitation Championship. And not only are we obviously judging the riders based off of their form, but also their horsemanship as well, as they do have to warm up their own horses. No trainers involved with this. We're just going to be getting our scores from the judges here. And Sharon Stewart Wells, Mandy Porter of that makeup panel number 1, panel number 2, Scott Williamson and Susan Artez. We're just trying to get those scores from our judges. And Elizabeth Dupree, and while receiving a score from panel number 1, a score of 60. 65 from panel number 2, plus 1 from the schooling judge for 126.
I'm back with Amber Ayad, and I'm going to ask her some questions now. Amber, who is your favorite rider in the whole world?
I'd probably have to say BZ Madden. Yeah, I think she's like so talented and she's really bold. So I admire that about her. Yeah.
She's everybody's.
Yeah.
It's a good one. Who do you train with, and what's your favorite thing about them?
I train with Alicia Saxon and Alicia Lynn Sherrard, and they're really encouraging and fun. And even when I do bad, they always look at the positive things instead of the negative things. So that's nice.
That's great. And where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Graduate from college. I still want to be riding, but I'll be working for my dad. So hopefully I'm still competing. Yeah.
Well, we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
That'll bring us to entry number 530, the rider from Rancho Santa Fe, Amber Ayad. That was Amber Ayad from Rancho Santa Fe. We have that rail coming down for Amber Ayad. So the score 76, that's the base score from panel number 1, minus the 4 for the rail down for a score 72. 78, that's the score from panel number 2. Minus the 4 for 74, plus 1 from the schooling judge for a score of 147. That is our second highest score.
I am with
Sloan McGuire.
Sloan. If you could ride any horse in the world, who would it be?
I would probably choose a Fendi. I just think that he's a beautiful mover and probably a lot of fun to ride.
If you could pick one discipline, hunters, jumpers, or equitation, what would it be?
I would choose equitation. It's just kind of always been my favorite. I love kind of being challenged in trotting, counter-cantering, whatever we can do.
Who is your trainer and what is your favorite thing about them?
I train with Emily Esau Williams and Dale Fisher, and I've just trained with them for so long that it feels like a family at the barn.
And do you play any other sports?
Yes, I surf outside of riding.
And where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Probably doing some adult equitation and maybe some jumpers or something else fun as an adult.
Wonderful. Well, we wish you the best of luck and we'll be cheering you on.
Okay, thank you.
That'll bring us to 16-year-old Sloan McGuire, entry number 559. Right now, leading score, Avery Glenn. The score 167. Amber Ayad in second with a 147. Elizabeth Dupree with a 126 in third. Top 10 to come back for our second round. Well, with those 2 rails down for Sloan McGuire, we do take 8 points off. Panel number 1, their base score is 60 minus the 8 for a 52. Panel number 2, the exact same score, 60 minus the 8 for a 52 minus 1 from our schooling judge for a 103, a 103. Right now into 4th place.
I'm with
Augusta Iwasaki.
known as Gussie. Gus, who would be your favorite horse to ride if you had to pick one in California?
Honestly, probably my own Small Affair. I mean, I just love him and I love riding him, and he's been in my family for as long as I can remember, so he's just really special to all of us.
Who is your inspiration as a rider?
Oh my God, there's so many people. I don't know if I could even pick
Pick one.
5. Like,
Pick your favorite. That comes up.
I mean, always one of my trainers, Jamie. I always look up to her.
Pretty special girl. And let's see, what's your biggest accomplishment so far in your very young career?
Probably I was grand champion at the Pennsylvania National Horse Show in the Junior Hunters, and that was really special.
Well, California is very proud of you. You have a very bright future, and we look forward to many great things from you, and good luck tonight, young lady.
Thank you.
Here she is, 14 years of age, Augusta Iwasaki, number 739. What a beautiful ride, Augusta Iwasaki, and the scores, they certainly reflect that. 86 from panel number 1, 86. Panel number 2, full marks from the schooling judge of +2 for 174 here in the first round.
Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Avery Glynn. I am 14 years old, but I show as 13, and I ride at Sonoma Valley Stables.
I'm going to now
As we continue on, round number 1 and the 6th of the 15, the Ronnie Mutch Equitation Championships. This first round, and our rider, 14 years of age, Skylar Wireman. As we wait our scores from panel number 1, panel number 2, Augusta Iwasaki in the lead with a 174. Avery Glynn sits in second with that 167. Amber Ayad in third with a 147. Elizabeth Dupree with a 126 in fourth. And Sloan McGuire in fifth with that 103. So we'll just get those scores here for Skylar Wireman in just a moment. Again, we're still waiting for those scores from panel number 1, Sharon Stewart-Wells and Mandy Porter. Panel number 2, Scott Williamson and Susan Artez. Just going to get those scores for Skylar Wireman. Those scores in for Skylar Wireman. The score of 70 from panel number 1, 72 panel number 2, plus 2 from the schooling judge for a 144.
I am with
Molly Hutchison.
Louder.
Molly Hutchison.
Louder.
Louder.
I'm just kidding with you. If you had to pick between hunters, equitation, or jumpers, what would you prefer to ride?
My favorite is like the hunters and like the derbies and the handy rounds is my favorite.
That's wonderful. How old were you when you started riding, and what made you get into riding?
I've always been like into horses, but as like 8 when I started actually taking lessons and 12 when I started showing.
And where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Hopefully having my own consignment business and import business.
Wonderful. Well, I see you're a little bit shy, so we will let you off the hook. We wish you the best of luck. Go get them tonight.
Thank you.
Number 163. We'll continue on round number 1, the Ronnie Mutch Equitation Championships. With number 163, Sophia Silvera. Correction, this is entry number 346, Molly Hutchison. Molly Hutchison, 346. That was Molly Hutchison. Well, one fence coming down on course. Base score from panel number 1, and that is a 65 minus the 4461. Panel number 2 there, base score 64 minus the 4460. Receiving a -2 from the schooling judge for 119, and that is our 6th highest score. That's our 6th highest score.
I am with
Sophia Silvera.
Sophia. Who is your favorite rider and why?
Probably BZ Madden.
Yeah.
And I've met her before, and I just thought she was super nice, and it was cool to meet her.
What is your favorite discipline? Hunters, equitation, or jumper?
Probably hunters. It's what I started doing, and that's what I keep on doing.
How did you start riding, and how old were you?
I was 4, and I went on a trail ride, and then just kept riding.
And where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Probably graduated from college, and hopefully riding still.
Well, we wish you the best of luck, and we'll be cheering you on tonight.
Thank you.
Next rider, 15 years of age, as we welcome into the ring for round number 1 of the Ronnie Mutch Equitation Championship, Sophia Silvera. Those scores coming in for Sophia Silvera. Panel number 1, their base score 68. We had a rail down on course, have to take the 4 points off for score 64. 68, that's also the base score from panel number 2 for 64 score +1 from our schooling judge for 129. And that is our 5th highest score so far. Top 10 to come back for that second round.
I am with
Lily Clarkson.
Lily. Can you tell me about the horse you're riding tonight?
We'll continue on with number 682 and 15 years of age, Amanda Gomez. Still our leading scorer, Augusta Iwasaki and Vanderpump. Those scores for Amanda Gomez. Well, the base score of 58. Unfortunately, fence number 11B was down to 4 faults there. That means we have to take 4 points off, and the score becomes 54. 59, that's the base score from panel number 2. Minus the 455 plus 2. Full marks from the schooling judge for a score of 111. And Amanda Gomez now in 8th place.
I am with
Lily Clarkson.
Lily. Can you tell me about the horse you're riding tonight?
Tonight I'm riding Carlo E. I got him this past December from Ashland Farms, and he is an 8-year-old.
Who do you ride with, and what's your favorite part about riding with them?
I ride with Emily Esau Williams, and my favorite part about riding with her is the barn atmosphere and how great of a coach she is.
True. And how did you start riding and when?
I started riding when I was 5 years old because my sister was taking riding lessons and I followed in her footsteps.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
In 10 years, I hope to still see myself riding, maybe doing the adult equitation or the amateur jumpers.
Well, good luck tonight. We'll be cheering you on.
Thank you.
My pleasure to introduce into the competition arena. And this is Lily Clarkson. Entry number 561. Lily, 17 years of age. Those scores in for Lily Clarkson, and they are 79 from panel number 1, 80 from panel number 2, plus 1 from the schooling judge there, and a 160. That's our third highest score so far. Remember, the top 10 come back for that second round.
I'm here with Violet Barnett, and now it's time to make her feel a little uncomfortable. Hi, Violet.
Hi.
I want to ask you, what is your favorite accomplishment so far in your career?
My favorite accomplishment would be being champion at the National Horse Show last year in the small junior hunters.
That's lovely. What do you prefer to ride, hunters, equitation, or jumpers?
I love them all, but I think jumpers are really exciting.
Who's your favorite rider in the world?
Probably my trainer, Nikki Simpson.
And I'm going to ask you one more. Tell me about the horse you're riding today.
I'm riding my equitation horse, Canto Blanco, today, and I love riding him. He's really solid and a really good horse.
Tell me what it is about Nikki that you love the most.
She can ride any horse and make it look super smooth and super pretty.
And is there a specific horse that you love to watch? And if you could pick one horse to ride, what would it be?
I love watching the jumper Clooney, and I would definitely want to ride that one if I could.
Wonderful. Well, I wish you the best of luck, and we'll be cheering you on.
Awesome. Thank you.
As we welcome into the ring, entry number 738 from San Francisco, Violet Barnett. The scores for Violet Barnett from panel number 1, 75. A 79 from panel number 2, +2 full marks from the schooling judge, and a 156 score, and they are the 4th highest. Remember, we take our top 10 back for round number 2.
I'm with Ty Simpson here, and I'm going to ask him some questions now. Ty, who's your favorite horse in the world that you would like to ride, and why?
I would say Lordan, Niall Nassar's horse, and I just like the quickness of it, the small stride, and it's fast.
Who's a better rider between your mom or dad?
Hard to pick. I would have to say both.
If they're on a team, who's riding anchor?
Okay. I'd let Robert Ridlin pick that.
This kid wants to get fed by his parents tonight. Can you tell me about the horse you're riding today?
A little bit. It's a catch ride, so I don't really know much about it. It's a young horse, very brave. It's great to ride, and I showed it this morning, and I feel pretty confident on it.
And where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I hope to be near the top of the sport and on several teams. That'd be the dream. So hopefully we'll get there someday.
Anyone that has seen you ride, they know that's a possibility. We wish you the best of luck, young man, and go get them. We'll be cheering you on.
Thank you very much.
Just walking into the ring, entry number 801. 17 years of age, Ty Simpson. The scores in for Ty Simpson. We have that rail down on course, 83.5. That's the base score from panel number 1, -4 for 79.5. Panel number 2 sees it exactly the same way. So that their overall adjusted score, 79.5, -2 from the schooling judge for 157. And that's still the 4th highest score.
Hi, I'm with Lauren Flatter, and I'm going to ask her a few questions to make her a little bit uncomfortable before her class. Lauren, let me see which question I want to ask you. Can you tell me about the horse you're riding today?
So the horse I'm riding, his name is SNL Technicolor. We call him Techno in the barn. I've had him for 3 years, and he's really a horse of a lifetime for me. He's just so loving and cuddly, but he knows when it's showtime, and he's just the most fun in the show ring. He's a really good boy.
Well, okay. Do you carry anything for good luck, or wear your socks a funny way, or boots, or anything?
I mean, not really. I mean, I have special earrings that I wear for good superstition. I have these little blue earrings that I actually have on right now, and I guess that's kind of like my superstition, yeah.
And do you play any sports other than riding?
I do. I play lacrosse outside of school, and I'm actually playing it right now for my school. We're in Division I, and we're doing really well this season. I really like it.
Well, we wish you the best of luck, and I hope your earrings work tonight.
Well, thank you so much.
Well, our next entry, number 529 from Rancho Santa Fe, Lauren Flather. Still that leading score, 174, Augusta Iwasaki. Right now, 10th place. That's that final qualifying, Molly Hutchison with a 119 score. The score's in for Lauren Flather with a score of 62 from panel number 1, minus 4 for that rail coming down for 58. Panel number 2, they're 61. That's their base score, minus the 4 for 57, plus 2. Full marks from the schooling judge, 117, but unfortunately they will not break into our top 10 placings.
I am with
Emily Williams.
How old are you, Emily?
17 years old.
Great.
With just 2 remaining here in round number 1, the Ronnie Mutch Equitation Championship. Scoring lead 174, Augusta Iwasaki. 10th place, Molly Hutchison with a 119. And here's the rider from Carmel, Clea Cadell, number 541. The scores for Clea Cadell, well, 77.5 from panel number 1, 77 from panel number 2, plus 2 full marks from the schooling judge for 156.5. That's going to put them into 5th place and just one remaining.
I am with
Emily Williams.
How old are you, Emily?
17 years old.
Great. Can you tell me about the horse you're riding today?
It's a new mount for me. I met him 2 days ago, but I'm excited to get to know him more.
Who do you train with, and what is your favorite part about riding with them?
I train with Archie Cox at Brookway Stables, and I love riding with him because he's always so supportive and encouraging.
Do you have anything that you do or carry for good luck?
Yes, I have a lucky shirt and lucky socks that I wear every Sunday or classic day, which would be today.
You don't wear that shirt multiple times, do you, in a week?
No.
Okay, I'm going to ask you one more question. Do you play any other sports?
No.
Okay, Emily. Well, we wish you the best of luck, and we'll be cheering you on.
Thank you.
We come to our final entry in round number 1, the Ronnie Mutch Equitation Championships. Just walking into the ring, 17 years of age, Emily Williams, our last to go. That was our final entry in round number 1. And that was Emily Williams. We'll just await those scores from our judges. Again, panel number 1, Sharon Stewart-Wells and Mandy Porter. Panel number 2, Scott Williamson and Susan Ortez. Nice scores for Emily Williams, 84 from panel number 1, 82 panel number 2, plus 2 full marks from the schooling judge. And a 168, she has the second highest score going into round number 2. Unfortunately, Elizabeth Dupree slips from our top 10. 10th position, Sophia Silveira with a 129. So top to bottom here in round number 1, Augusta Iwasaki with that 174. Emily Williams with a 168. Avery Glenn with a 167. Third highest score. Fourth is Lily Clarkson, and she had that score of 160. Ty Simpson with a 157. Fifth highest score. Clay Cadell with that 156.5. They have the sixth highest score, followed by Valerie Barnett with a 156. Amber Ayad from Rancho Santa Fe with the eighth highest score, 147. Skylar Wireman with a 144, and Sophia Silveira with a 129. So we're going to get down to business. Olaf Peterson Jr. from Germany. He will be just resetting the course. In fact, he is calling the riders into the ring for the walk for round number 2, the Ronnie Mutch Equitation Championship. Great competition so far.